Happy Saturday to everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be breaking down Ohio State's offense versus Georgia's defense. What I did here is I showed Ohio State versus Michigan because I think that was the closest team that they played. That's going to be similar to what Georgia likes to do. And I did Georgia versus Tennessee because I think that Tennessee would be the closest thing to what the Buckeyes are going to try to do. Now, granted, I do know that obviously it's not going to be the exact same. And Tennessee's offense is actually very different from what the Buckeyes do. Tennessee's offense is more of a vertical stretch, whereas the Buckeyes like to kind of it's more of a pro style offense, and they like to kind of stretch the field out wide as far as where they're throwing the ball. They run more of an outside zone blocking scheme, and Tennessee's more of a inside zone blocking scheme. So let's just keep that in mind as far as the notes. So outside of that, a couple of things just to note is that I think that number one, the Buckeyes are a much more talented team than Tennessee is. That doesn't necessarily mean that I think that they would beat them. I think that Josh Heupel is a better coach than Ryan Day, but they definitely have a lot more talent. I also think that Georgia has a lot more talent on defense than Michigan does. So, as far as literally, I think that Georgia is better than Michigan in every single facet. From the front seven to the secondary, anywhere that you want, any way that you want to slice it up. They're bigger, stronger, faster. So they've got studs. So we'll see. I'm going for the Buckeyes in this game. I absolutely hate Georgia. I can't stand them with a furious passion. So hoping that they lose. Their fan base is the most obnoxious in the entire world. As soon as they start winning, they think that they're the next Bama, and they're just awful. Just generally, totally awful people. But anyway, I do think that Georgia is going to win this game. I am predicting a 27. We'll call it 27 to maybe 27 to 17, maybe. It could be worse than that. One more thing, really quickly, is that Georgia's secondary plays very handsy. You're going to see that throughout this film. And I'm hoping that the referees will call flags on them. But if they let them play how they let them play against Tennessee, it's going to be really tough. I mean, it's going to be tough for anybody to be able to beat them because, I mean, they're going to hold the wideouts and, they're pushing them. And so, anyway, that's going to be one of the biggest key things. I think that the refs will play a big role in this game. And, so I had this pretty much broken down first down through fourth down plays. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right. So first thing we see on the first play is Georgia's playing a three-man front. It's five in the box. They blitz up the A gap. The middle's wide open. They're playing man behind that. Georgia plays a ton of man. Michigan played mostly man against Ohio State. So we're going to see a lot of similarities there. They're bringing four here. Again, it was man. We're able to beat them in the middle of the field early on. You can see that Michigan's got a stout front seven. So does Georgia, but Georgia's a little bit different. Good job blocking. Good job getting positive yards. That's going to be huge for the Buckeyes in this game. You're going to have to be able to run the ball. I don't think the outside zone is going to work too much because y'all ran it so much against Michigan. So I'm sure that they're going to be ready for that. They're going to take away what you like to do. So you kind of got to find something else, and then maybe you can work back to who you are. You can start off with who you are and see if it works. Hopefully it does. Nice clean pocket there. That's one of the few times that we'll see Hooker with a nice clean pocket. CJ Stroud, you're going to have to get ready to run and be physical when you run if you want to win. This is good gamesmanship here. Extending plays. There it is. I just called for it. Nice job. Physical enough to take a pretty nice shot there. This is a play. I mean, they don't give you much time at all. I mean, on pass plays, those dudes are hunting. That's a nice job tackling by Michigan. Georgia's secondary tackles very well. Really, everyone on their entire team, they all tackle well. You'll see most of the time they're making tackles by themselves. Michigan's doing the same thing. I just you know watching these two films at first, I was like, golly, man. Georgia's just a much more physical team. I think it might have something to do with the camera angles in these games, but I mean, just look how much more physical and violent this game looks compared to to the Michigan game. It just really doesn't look the same. This kid right here, number 5. I mean, handsy. He gets beat right there. But Cedric Tillman is a dog. For those of y'all who don't know, he's really good. He missed a lot of the season, but he was actually our best wideout physically, anyway. Stuff like this, I would like to see Ohio State do a little bit of that. Anytime you're playing against, anytime you're playing against the defense that came from the Nick Saban coaching tree, you need to have a quarterback that can run, because that's one of the things that slows down what they like to do. I don't know why, but it's hard for them to stop that. Again, middle of the field's open. You're gonna have to run through tackles. You're gonna have to run through tackles for sure. I mean, if you can, because they're gonna be right up on top of you. That right there was Michigan playing cover 3. I think. Let me see. Let's see if it. Yeah. So this is Michigan playing 3. And Ohio State, they did well against 3. So I don't think we'll see much of Georgia running much of that. I think it's going to be mostly man and 6. That's what I saw Michigan running. That they did well with. Look at that's a beautiful ball. Gonna have to fit the ball into some tight windows. Gonna have to do a great job blocking. Um, this is a good job by that corner, staying on top of this route. It's just a straight go, and that's about as well as you can play that. So, but you're also going to see Tennessee's going to have 3 or 4 wide open touchdowns that are just it's just missed throws. So y'all will have opportunities to beat them deep. You just gotta execute. You have to block. You have to have good routes and make a good pass, make a good catch. One of the biggest deals is all about. I mean, football's all about. It's all about the front 7, and I'm just man, I'm terrified because I'm watching the Buckeyes struggling against Michigan's front 7, and not to say that Michigan's front 7 is a slouch, but compared to Georgia's, it's not even. I don't think it's really even close. And you're going to see their guards struggle a lot. That's a nice see. That's exactly so. This is something else here, right? This is what you guys can. I mean, this is what you're going to want to win on. Safety blitz. We're going to see Georgia do that some too. Whenever you get a one-on-one opportunity like this, good throw, good catch. Obviously, you're going to have to pick up all those blocks. He actually had 2 people open on this, so no one's open downfield. Got to take some shots. You're going to have to play very physical in this game. Everybody's got to play physical. Here we go. Guys wide open. Overthrown by a couple yards. I mean, look at this. Just running right past it. I mean, now this is Brew. Brew's a 4-4 guy, so. Looked like that might have been the outside zone. Maybe just bounced it out. Here we go right here. It's outside zone. It's a nice lane for the running back. If y'all can do that consistently against Georgia, y'all gonna have a really good chance to be able to win. Their offense is, it's not difficult. I mean, you know what they're gonna do. They've got tight ends. They're gonna want to work the ball to them. A lot of play action passing. They've got a really good offensive line. But I would recommend doing a whole lot of blitzing against them. Blitz and just try to take away the ends, and that's pretty much it because their receivers are not that good. That's a inside zone play. Good job, pretty good job here blocking. See, this is what I do like about y'all's offense is that y'all kind of use the entire field. Tennessee, it's a lot of vertical. You don't see a lot of people in the flats, so we're just stretching you vertically, and I think it's a little bit more difficult to me that way. Maybe the reads might be easier, but maybe not. I. So I think that's gonna really that's gonna work out well for y'all because you can send a guy deep, you can send someone at every level. This right here, that like that was three again. Y'all are doing a great job against three, killing them on those comeback routes. Guy was open. It looked like that was a pretty good pass. Got to make those tough catches. Again, you see there's a guy on the flats. You can dump it off. That's a nice tackle. You'll see Georgia making good tackles like that all the time, but every now and then, maybe you can make a guy miss, and you can turn that little dump off turn it into a big play. He's throwing off his back foot, gets it out of bounds. He's got a strong arm. Nice pocket. Finds a guy right across the middle of the field. Good job. Gonna need to see a lot of that. Now, see, what you see with the Buckeyes is the ball is going to like every part of the field. Tennessee is pretty much it's going to two places. It's either a short pass to the outside or it's a deep pass somewhere. It could be a deep pass to the outside or to the middle, but you don't see a lot of stuff going to the flats. I'm not sure why. Got to finish runs like that. He only got maybe 2 yards, but sometimes, especially early on in these games, you have to let them know that you're going to play physical or they're just going to bully you all game. Finally able to get a touchdown running. Jalen Wright. Nice job blocking there. Let me kind of go back to that play actually because I want for y'all to see this, especially from the end zone angle. So what we have here is we're going to have a nice double team here and a double team somewhere over here, I believe. Yeah, double team here, double team here. And then this guy works to the second level to get to the safety, the center does. So this is what you're going to have to be able to do. Now, this is a goal line play. It's going to be very tough down there to run those outside zone plays. So I probably wouldn't even try that. You got to be able to run it right at them. So this is coming right up to A, right up the middle. See what they do. Boom. Get to the second level. You're going to have to be able to make that kind of stuff happen. Or you can see, and y'all kind of tried it there, but it just wasn't executed very well. Now, we will also see, too, we're going to see the Buckeyes do a really good job in the red zone of with the nice like crossing route with the deep crosser. That's you have to utilize that against a team that likes to play so much man. So I think that'll be a one to play for y'all. Got to be tough. They've got the middle of the field stacked up. Hit them on the hitch. Gonna need those 3 to 4 yard plays. Good tough run. Need that. I want for y'all to watch 88 on Georgia's line too. He's an absolute dog. He's probably the best player in the entire country as far as defense goes. He's really hard to block. He's hard to deal with. You see, he had a triple team on that play. Right there, we see. I think that might have been the left tackle struggling. Ooh, boy, I actually like. Let me go back because this is a guy. I'm a Falcons fan too now, so I'm kind of watching to see what the Falcons need to pick. This guy here, I like the way he plays this. Oh no, I'm sorry. It was actually this guy. Runs through the end, pushes this. Get out of my way. I like that. So, yep, that's it. You can just expect whoever that kid is. That's what like Georgia's entire team is playing like that. They like to play bully ball. Um, Like I touched on earlier too, I mean, their secondary, they aren't the best. I mean, they play very physical. The refs kind of like let them PI a lot and hold a lot. So hopefully the refs will call it in this game. But as far as like from a technique standpoint, they're not that they're not that great. Nice job right there. That's a positive sign. Running the ball between the tackles. They're gonna have to be able to do that. I hope that y'all can do that. See, look at this. Handsy, I'm holding you. I'm holding you. It's ridiculous. They finally throw a flag on it, but it's funny because what I've noticed is teams who have a secondary that play like that for some reason, the refs don't call it every time. I guess they just don't want to slow the game down too much. But I mean, they'll get them every now and then, but they play like that on every single play. Look at the penetration that their line gets. Again, I think that the Buckeyes' offensive line is better than Tennessee's, but also, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell because I haven't seen them play against Georgia yet. Got to make those tough catches. It wasn't the best throw, but you're gonna have to make a lot of those. Look at that. Here we go again. A little read option play. I was settings to work in there. That's a great job by the offensive line. Extending the play. Finds a guy. Good catch. Really nice. Good pick up on but you got to throw the ball away or run it. That's something else. Stroud, man, listen, I know that you're not going to hear this because this video is coming out late, but Stroud is going to have to he's going to have to, if his first, second read isn't there, probably time for you to tuck and run or throw it away because you're not going to have a whole lot of time. I like the way that the offense, again, I like the way that the offense spaces the field out. This right here, what you'll see is this receiver doesn't make this catch because he's been getting drilled all game. So you start to hear those footsteps, and you'll see that he's going to bend his body down before he makes his catch to try to protect his ribs. Look, oh, help. Can't do that. You're going to have to be tough. Not saying that he's not tough. I think that that's brutal, but it's going to be a very physical game. You got to set that tone with them early that you're also going to play physical with them. Bodies flying around, bouncing around out there. Good job. That was cover 3 again. They're killing him on that cover 3. It's right here. Looks like Tennessee caught Georgia playing some weird zone. Looks like it might have been 6 and was able to get a nice run play. I love fighting for the extra yards. Need that. Got to have it. Good pass. Put it on his back hip. Great job blocking. Great job reading the blocks. Fighting for extra yards. Another outside zone play. So now we're seeing that Tennessee's picking up that A-gap blitz that Georgia kept on trying to bring. So that's going to be something else. And, I want for y'all to watch this. The first couple of series is just, they're usually scripted, offense and defense. And it's going to be, the Buckeyes are going to be trying to fill out what is Georgia trying to do to them, what kind of defense are they trying to play. And from there, they'll start to switch up what they do. So that's where the coaching aspect is going to really, really come into play. Just to let y'all know, man, hopefully this will give y'all some hope. But Tennessee's roster, again, it's not nearly as talented as what y'all's is. So, Josh Heupel is a hell of a coach. I don't think Ryan Day is that good of a coach. Just kind of plays like, hey, we're better than y'all. We're playing straight up and down football. It's not a whole lot of X's and O's. It's not a whole lot of him being able to come up with a good scheme to be able to beat a team, which is why I think Michigan keeps on beating y'all. But saying all of that just to say this, if they come up with a good plan with all this time that they've had, y'all will y'all will have some. Y'all should be able to score some points. And if you can score against Georgia, you're going to put a lot of pressure on them. I think that once you get them into a shootout, more or less, once the game gets up over like 21 points, they're gonna start to throw some picks and all that good stuff. Stetson Bennett, I mean, he's gonna throw you two or three. Okay, so look, this is the play. This is the play I was telling y'all about, right? Goal line, right? And so I believe it's this slot guy. He's gonna run it like a deep over, like a deep crossing route. Michigan's playing man. Georgia's probably going to play man down here too. What they'll do though, after seeing this play, I'm sure they'll have someone try to come off. So hopefully you have something to counter whoever's going to come off to help bracket him. But this play should be money. You can run crossers, drags. This is a great route. That's an even better pass. Third down plays. Money down, starting long. That's what it starts off with. Absolutely no time to throw the ball. So these are the types of blitzes I saw Michigan running also, where they will where they will show blitz and kind of drop off some of their front seven guys, um, and bring some pressure from the outside. And Ohio State struggled with this, so expect to see some of that for sure. Bringing a guy off of the edge, really, there's no one open. You got to have a better plan than that. Nice clean pocket. It's got plenty of room to be able to make the catch, double clutch. It's that A gap blitz. They brought, what, 6 or 7 on that one. Middle of the field should have been open. It's tight end right here. Princeton fans, you've got to make a play. Again, he got held. That's pass interference. Wasn't called. Good ball. Ooh, no, it wasn't a good ball. He was open, though. Got to make sure that anytime someone's open, we got to hit him. Oof. Can't have that. Can't have guys trying to do too much. You know what I mean? Doing a little bit too much can come back to bite you. You just got to do what you do, but you got to do it well. Yeah, Tennessee's offensive line, we definitely got away with some holding. It's going to happen. This is another touchdown play that was missed. They're going to give it to you. This is just a straight go. I mean, we have people open. We're running straight past them, which is because they're so handsy. I mean, like they're stopping. No, I'm not stopping, push you, which is pass interference that far down the field. But look at that. Y'all should be able to hit those. I haven't seen Georgia play much of this. I don't know what this defense is. I don't know. That looked like maybe that was like 6, but the middle of the field was wide open. Got to make those throws and catches. There goes 88. That's a man child right there. He ain't a man child. That's a whole grown man. You got to double team him every time, if not triple team him. Pass interference wasn't called. Actually, I think it was like a flag popping, thrown off his back foot. That's actually a good accurate pass. You're not supposed to do this when you're playing quarterback, throw off your back foot, but heck, I mean, I think it's a good skill to be able to have, but sometimes you're gonna have to. If you can be accurate with it, why not? Pass interference wasn't called. Look at this. I mean, he's early. That's pass interference. Nice job there. You'll also see that Georgia's front set like their front. They don't play as wide. Michigan played a lot wider of a front. I'm just not kind of seeing that. Um, so we'll see. It's going to be tough to be able to run up the middle on them. You would think, hey, let's try to run the outside zone, but they're so fast. I think that's going to be tough to do. There we go. Finally get a pass interference. This kid especially, man. I mean, he's gonna freaking maul you on every single play. 22 is another one of those guys. He's a mauler. Comes up, grabs you, pushes you around. So this is nice right here. Michigan pulls the end out into the flats, knowing what the Buckeyes were running there, and there was man behind it. It's a good, tough, strong physical catch. Again, um, Cedric Tillman, he's an absolute stud. 17 flashing again. Third and short. That's the thing, man. Those third and short is going to be hard to run on them. You got a quarterback sneak that. You got to hope that you can get that off of a quarterback sneak. It might even be a situation where if you got like a big, strong running back, I will go wildcat there. Let him get a full head of steam. Pass interference. Nice job blocking by the offensive line. Yep. Double team right here just to get that movement. Got a lead blocker. That's it's that old school smash mouth football. We don't see a whole lot of that these days, but that's how you need to play. You're gonna have to do that sometimes. Coming up today. Or, in a situation like this where you can spread it out, Marvin Harrison Jr. is an absolute dog. He's going to win his one-on-one matchups. It's a good job. That's similar to what you'll see against Georgia. That was PI, wasn't called. But yeah, I mean, shoot, I think, if you spread them out and if you just try to run it at them, you may have a pretty good chance. But their front four, I mean, when you do that, you're having to go man up with their front four. And it's hard to do. Because they've got so many really good. I mean, there's so many really good players. I think they've got 22 5-stars on their roster, and Alabama is second with it's either 18 or 20. So, but I mean, after that, it's a huge drop off. So, they're by far the most talented team in this country. Tennessee's only got 2 5-stars. I think Ohio State might have been number 3 with. I want to say 5 5-stars, but it might be more than that. Maybe it's 10. So I mean, y'all got talent. I mean, shoot, Tennessee wasn't out of this game. If Tennessee can do it, y'all can too. You see them really getting after the quarterback here. They're bringing 5, and I mean, it's we've got 6 or 7 trying to block 5, and it's hard to do. This is a good look for y'all. That's a play I think that y'all could run on a third and short. This was 4th and short. Must have situation. There we go. We got one on 4th and short. That's a good job by the running back, finding a good spot to kind of fall for that. So that's it, guys. Let me know what y'all think. Like I said, I think that this game is going to be 27-17 Georgia. Going for the Buckeyes. Please pull this off, man. There's no team that I hate more than Georgia. So that would make my entire season. And then also, as a side note, I actually have TCU beat Michigan today. I think that it's probably not that much of a drop off from a talent perspective. And Michigan's offense is just so bland. It's just so. I mean, we'll see, But it doesn't really matter to me who does win that game. I just want Georgia to lose this one. So if you're big on betting, I think that breakdowns like this it should help you kind of decide who you want to go with. You can kind of see what may or may not happen, what the defense may or may not do, offense may or may not do, and hopefully it'll give you a little bit more of an insight on how to place your bets. And leave me a comment down in the comment section and let me know if you like these types of videos. I will do more. These take a lot of time, but I'm more than happy to do it for y'all. So let me know. Please give me a like and please give me a follow. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Let's go Buckeyes. Peace.